5 of the year with the public crew. That was hectic. They had like 40 waiting as well, by the way. That was mad. Hope you can all hear me. Not loud and clear. Just shaved the beard just for you guys. Just kept the mo with my little part in the middle. What's going on, guys? We're all having a good time. Welcome to the party. Stuart, yes, it's okay to ask questions regarding Supercoach. Go for it. No problem. Pete Banks, yo. Andrew, love you, good man. Hi, handsome. How's the guns? They're all right. They're definitely due for some love. Sahan, love you, good man. Who wants to get cranking with the first question, guys? Jump in. Sammy boy, I am very well. Stay calm, everyone. Stay calm. I like mud. Welcome. Scoop, he's in. There he is. Everyone give Scoop some love for how good his videos have been. Jackson, what's up? All right. Any questions we got in here? Who did I miss? TC. Can't wait for Team List Tuesday. Let's go. Hey, Matty T. All right. What do we got down here? Who's going to ask the first question? Oh, Hepa. What's up? Yes, Scoop. Scoop, take my love. Yeah, good. Guys, if you see me looking to the right, I'm just checking out your questions. So that's that. Okay, we got some questions here. Cool. Any new thoughts on Mr. Ryden Sutton with TPJ out? It definitely helps him. If you're interested in Sutton, I think it's going to be an okay decision. A little bit strange in terms of what you got to worry about with him is just the discipline a little bit. So, yeah, there's that question mark. He didn't score very well in the trial, but probably a case where you just need to look at how he's gone in his previous matches with the Raiders. You'd imagine he gets a very similar role in that 13 role, 8 or 10 role with the Dogs. So I still think he's okay. There's just other guys that are probably a little bit cheaper or going up a little bit who you can pick as probably a slightly better option there. Guys, just if you can help me out a little bit, when you are in the comments there, when you're watching this video, if you can just check out to see if someone else has written that question that you're about to ask, that would really help me with just being able to answer all of these. So thank you for that. Is going with cheap centres and outside backs the best play this season and stack halfbacks and props? Currently, Houdini, that's the way I'm going about it, just for the fact that there's a bunch of the middles that are in that mid-price bracket that I'm not too excited about. Hopgood will get the dual with the mid and the edge. But other than that, I really want some safety in terms of my big guy points. Something I haven't done as much in previous years, and it's probably why I haven't started as well, is the fact that I've gone for some middles, some mid-price guys in the middles, for example, and that's left me a bit vulnerable for guys like, people that started with IPAP or got him in early, the Cam Murrays, these types of players that are guaranteeing you pretty big points each and every week consistently, and you don't have to worry about trading them. That's the biggest question with those guys. So that's why I would be going that way. Halfback is an interesting position as well, which I'm sure we'll get into at some point through the video. Guys, later on in the video, I will announce the prizes that are going for the private group, some of the cash prizes for winning the league, and that's just in the private group, guys. So if you can jump in that private group, that would be hectic, but we'll speak about that a bit more later. Poduary is still happening. Just waited for trials to be able to confirm the last few. Yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying the shorts there that Scoop's been coming out with as well. So thanks to him for doing that. All right, Stuart, who gets the centre spot at the Storm? Did Will Warbrick play himself into a spot? He will get the wing spot on the right, it looks like, with Xavier Coates being on the left, Stuart. And then centre spot looks like it'll be Remus Smith and then either Grant Anderson or Young Tonopia. But neither of those two, I think, are options, if we're being honest, those centres. But Will Warbrick will be in my team, guys. All right, Matty T. All right, what do we got here? Thoughts on Hines to Cleary in round 6? I think you just got to hold on to Hines, man. If you're keeping on with him, if you're starting with him, keep on with him until at least Origin, and then you can make that decision from there. I think on Hines, keep him in your side. Cleary, I think, is a great option as well. Just at round 3, I'd hate to personally lose ranks in round 3. Is the only reason why I'm going against someone like To'o at this early stage. But against someone, just put To'o on the board. Going against Cleary at that early stage. When am I revealing my team? That will be on Thursday morning, mate. So just be aware for that team reveal on the Thursday. How viable is it to take Carrigan and Haas? They're personally both in my team right now. So yeah, if you listen to this video enough, you'll get an idea of all the guys, or a good chunk of the guys in my squad currently. I think both of those guys, they're not going to take away from each other. They're going to be those 2 big minute guys doing everything that they can in that middle. Even see they all scored well on the weekend. Corey Jensen even scored well. So it really doesn't matter how many of those guys in the same team. We've had years in the past where you've had 4 or 5 guys from the one squad, and that doesn't cause any issues for you. So that's fine. Tarpany worth getting, yeah, for sure. He's been in and out of my team, so take that as you will. Written plenty of analysis, just got to record for Scoop. Yep, awesome. Are you going to any games this year? I will be at the Brookvale game there with the Eagles v the Dogs. My dad's a Eagles fan, and my brother is a Dogs fan. So I'm going to go to that round 1. I'll definitely be at a few guys. Just let me know. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to one, and if we can meet at the ground, that'd be hectic. Got Frizz and Drinky as my pods. Hate it or rate it. Both of those guys have a little bit of value. I don't see any issues with that. If you want to go for it, MB, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Then that'd be cool. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Proton. Zaruni. Dewey, a decent pod with an Unreal pack. Plan on pairing him with Cleary. Great pick. Awesome, mate. Jackson Day, what are your thoughts on good centre opinions to start the season? I'm thinking of going fairly cheap. Alamotis, Smith Shields, Talaus, Isaac Thompson's are the cheap guys that are of decent options at the moment. Personally, staying away from Hammer, but I'm sure if you've been watching the videos, you'll notice I'm not super keen on him. If you're going up from there, guys like Tungo are going to be good. There's Isaiah Tass, I think it's going to be solid. Penasini will be there as well. And then you've got Holmes and these types of players up top. If you're looking at the centre pairings, that'll be that. TC, Appy with leadership role at Tigers. I just don't see Appy playing the full 80 for one. And he is too up and down as a consistent scorer for me, unfortunately. So, yeah, not the way I want to play it, but that's that. Moses looking jacked, hard start, but Mitch Moses I'm not worried about. I think he's up and down, but he always scores about that mid-50s, so he's fine. Best centre pairing for Lukey's going for Thompson and Alamotti. Really keen on Cola. I think he's good. I just the round 2 buy just gets me because if you have Thompson and Cola, for example. Thank you, Les. We just had Les join the private group. Thank you very much, Les Farah. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Cola, just with him being out in round 2, we don't know if Isaac Thompson's going to be there in round 2 either. So big question marks there, unfortunately. I just don't understand narrative against getting someone with an early buy. Just get it over and done with. Yeah, just in that centre is the worry with Isaac Thompson. I completely agree with you there, Luke. There's no stress with that. I just think if you've got someone that costs a lot of money, you're going to be down sort of 30, 40 points potentially in a certain position. Like if you have Cleary in round 3, you're down probably 20 to 30, 40 points potentially. If Cleary comes out and averages 70, you're probably only bringing in an 18th man or a 19th man that is going to be hitting a 25 to 30, could potentially get a 10, depending on what type of guy you get in that position. So that's the big issue with bringing someone in at the start that has a buy. But if they're in the 400k mark, like a Cola, 450, whatever it is, then I don't see it as an issue. As long as you have cover, you got Telau or something that can come in, then that's fine. But other people are probably could pick him up in round 3 or 4. So that's that. Is 6 edges too many? Most other bench are DPP. It's a lot. As long as a few of them are DPP, you got mids and stuff like that. As long as you're covering every position, then 6 is going to be fine. I'll probably have like the 4 to potentially 5 mark. But yeah, 6 seems a bit low. I'm trying to work out who you'd have. You obviously got Katoa, Ghana, Lioro, Hopgood. Would you have like a Fafita or something? Interesting. Dury, there's 5. Yeah, okay. We're all going to have a fair few anyway. Wee Matt, I remember you from last year. Welcome back again. Wee Matt. Thoughts on Taruva as the starting option with Taylor May out for the year? There's a little bit of chat. The fantasy amateurs have put out that they've got someone close, a source close to them, that it might be Jesse McLean that gets that wing spot. It sounds like Toto is going to move over to left. And guys, if you're interested in Toto, I think that's a great sign for him. That will improve his outputs, just generally being on left. We saw what he did in 2021 on that side. Last year moved to the right, and that did not help him out very much. So big news there, him moving to left. But yeah, Taruva at the 450k price is not great. Supercoach, different stories at 275, which really helps. But yeah, 440 or whatever it is in fantasy, 470, just a very high for a winger at this point, especially if he's on the right-hand side. Left is going to be a little bit different. But yeah. that's that. What do we got? Your wing fullbacks at the moment struggling with it. Only have Miller really, but with Perham not looking amazing, have really noted any great options. I've got Warbrick at the moment and Miller as like clear options, and the third one I'm not sure, to be honest. Thoughts on having Hines, Haas, Grant, Murray, Dewey. So Hines, yeah, you can do that, man. There's obviously you're going to be spending cheap in obviously the edge position, centers, and wing fullbacks. That's okay. I think that's a strategy that can work, and at the moment, I'm kind of in and around that at the moment. So what's the got? Scoop's got there. Scotty Baldwin source is that the McLean room is rubbish, so it might still be Taruba. Yeah, I'd assume it'd be Taruba. So yeah, maybe don't read into too much of that, but I think Taruba's too expensive at this point. Buying round 3 in the mid 400s, I think is a no. We can wait and see with him and maybe pick him up round 4 or 5 as a mini upgrade option. But if you want to start with him, I just think it's a bit of a risk, to be honest with you. Sammy, have Murray. What's he got? Sorry. It always just jumps down, guys. From there, sorry. Have Murray, Cleary, and Grant in the team with Haas and having a few cash cows under 500 and the rest of the team being cheapies. Wondering if this is a play at the moment. I'm thinking about 5 cheapies, guys. 5 to 6 max. You could start like a center or 2 at 250 and then maybe 4 on the bench. You probably want your bench to be 380 to 500k type of guys. Maybe you got Brandon Smith on the bench as like your highest one. But the other guys, you want them to be able to be played in your 17. Last thing you want is your number 17 or 16 to not be able to score too well. Or you're risking and hoping that they get sort of a 30 or a 40 when they could get a 10. So just think about that. Andrew, wing fullback lip slim. I'm big on Walsh if he's fit. Yeah, hopefully he comes back. It sounds like he should be fine, that facial stuff. Hopefully he's not worrying about it. Then I think he should score well because he played great. So he's an interesting one in that 500k mark for sure. I'd probably have him slightly over. Who else we got there? Ponga. That price. Oh, we got another one. Thank you. I'll find out who that was to just sign up. If you just signed up, let me know in the comments. So thank you for joining the private group. All right, Toby Ma. I've got Murray as my captain at the moment, but I'm not sure if I should buy Haas and play Smith at hooker or buy Cook and play Smith at mid. I would personally go for Haas over Cook, just because I think there's a bit of value there. I think they can both average similar, and there's a big price difference, a bit over 100k. So big difference there for sure. Okay. Jarnsy, Sam, that's what I'm doing. Charlie Smith, do you think the drop in Burton's fantasy stocks are a little overreactive? I think it's definitely overactive. I think I said it in one of the videos. I'm probably overreacting a little bit to some of the trials, but I have been someone of the past that goes for a little bit of a risk. Not crazy risk, but especially in those value guys, I like to go for a lot of them. Guys that potentially could get to gun status, and then most of the time that doesn't happen. Burton is going to be a little bit different to that. I'm just looking for some consistency up front. Burton's going to be a guy that's going to get 80 or he's going to get 30, I think, very comfortably. So if you're okay with him knocking out a 30 in round 1, I just don't think I am, and I just want to go for some consistency. But Burton's going to be someone that I still think averages 57 across the year. Doesn't have a buy all the way until 13. So still a big pick. So if you're going for him, he's still at a good price. So that's great. Okay. Cammy's arrived. Cammy ST, welcome, mate. Andrew Hobbs, does To'a potential increase now that he goes to his preferred side? Yes, I definitely think so as well. Okay, private group. So currently there's 24 people, okay, that are available to win the prizes, ranging from, I think it's about $30 to get into the prizes side of it. So first prize in that 24 people right now, $1,000 is going to be up for grabs. So you have a 1 in 24 chance of winning $1,000 from that about $30 investment, which is pretty cool. We have prizes for second, it's going to be $250. Third will be $100. Fourth is going to be a free package, full package for next year's private group. And then a random number I'm going to pick. At the moment, I'm hoping if we get a few more people, I'd like for the number to be 30. If you come 30th, you get $50. If there's not as many people, we'll do a lower number. And that allows, if you're not going super well, you can try and fight for that sort of halfway mark. We can have a little bit of a fight over that position across the season. So that's the current prizes. There will be further prizes for that. I'm going to be doing some hoodies as well. So the guys that that get in those spots, the top couple of spots will win a hoodie. There'll be some other different prizes as well. I have some vouchers and different things, so that'll come out further. But that's just the big prizes, guys. And then if you're in that private group across the season, there's going to be a lot of different other prizes along the way. It could be if you have the top score of that round, 1 in 30 chance or whatever, 1 in 40 chance, however many people end up getting in there, then you could win that as well. So lots of different ways to go about it. But yeah, I'm sure you can see a lot of the value. You get all the private group information and stuff like that, as well as a lot of those prizes. So thank you to those that have joined. And I'm sure we'll get a lot more over the next week, which is awesome. So thanks again for that. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope that's exciting for all you guys there. All right, NRL Fantasy lads. If you want a different half than Hines and Cleary, thoughts on DCE? Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. But again, you're having so much cash on the pine there in round 2. So just the only big worry there for sure. Carrigan and Holmes or Murray and Hosking. We obviously want Hosking to make the side. If it's Murray and Garner, I'd probably go Carrigan and Holmes, to be honest with you. I love Murray, though. Really excited for Murray, to be honest with you. Smith Shields and I'm all in centre. I think that's going to be fine, man. No issues on those two guys. Sam, think having Hines or Cleary is a must. I'm personally going that way. I just don't see, other than, if you're looking in the halves, you've got those two. You've got Dewey, Burton, Hastings, Walker. I think they're your only options. And then Tanner Boyd. So, yeah. Which combination of those? Probably want 3 of them. Which combination are you going to do? If going for a head-to-head win, is there much difference to your starting team, or is it all down to trading and not caring about buys, short-term injuries? Yeah, you don't care about the buys and short-term injuries. Keep the guns in for the entirety of the year if you can, unless they're out for a long period of time and you need them to win, for example. Proton, Sammy Verrills is a smoky pod. I definitely think so. For all that are interested in that, Proton just came up on the screen. So yeah, Jason, just gather as much guns as possible. Make sure you don't miss out on the cash cows that are available. That's the biggest thing there. Is Sean Russell worth getting since Blake is out? Sahan, he has potential. At 319K, it's a little bit of an awkward price if we're being honest, but he's definitely someone that I think you can pick for sure. So yeah, I wouldn't push anyone away from Sean Russell. All right. Yeah, that's one of the only questions I have about my team. Scoop says I don't like that. I'll have to take out both Haas and Carrigan in round 13. Is it worth going Haas/Tarpany just to save a trade? For sure, but what's the likelihood of you holding both of those guys for the entirety of the year? Tarpany, maybe you do, but Haas and Carrigan, they're going to be missing games over Origin. There's a good chance you probably trade one of them out anyway. So either way, I think is fine. If you want to think that far ahead right now, then that is fine as well. We got the fake bloke in a bar in the comments again. I remember that last year. That turns out it wasn't the real bloke in a bar, which I think is the same again. Welcome. Sonny Luke worth getting, and if we should be on the bench in emergency. With Sonny, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with him. There's some talk around him coming on and playing 50 minutes, but someone pointed out that, he definitely only played a max of 26 minutes last year. Is there going to be a big change? Is Kenny going to be playing big minutes in that hooking position? It sounds like Sonny will be there, but how many minutes? It's really, really tough because he didn't play that trial, right? So what we need to see, unfortunately, is how it works, and we're not going to see that. So the only thought was, Luke, is that you could wait until we see the first 2 rounds. They have the buy in round 3, and then potentially you could pick him up in round 4, or you take the risk in round 1. At worst, if he gets 30 minutes, he probably still makes a bit of cash. If he gets 20 or 25, his PPM wasn't great last year. You'd imagine that improves just a little bit at least. But if it doesn't improve, you get someone that's not making you cash. But if there's any injury to Kenny, he's going to be someone playing big minutes for sure. So definitely some question marks around him, but I think he's definitely on my radar. Let's say that. Carrigan or Tarpany? I personally have Carrigan ahead, just being a bit cheaper. I think they can. Tarpany might average a touch more, but just a little bit cheaper is helpful. Hines or Cleary? Hines just ahead of me, but I think Cleary's going to have a huge year and average 70. So I have his in the highest score across the year. So make that as you will. Whoever you like watching more, I like watching both of them a lot. So yeah. Herpa, Cleary, Hines, IPAP, Haas, Murray, Cheese, Robson, Hopgood, light on wing, fullback, center, and bench. Yeah, it might be a little bit light, a little bit too light on the bench, to be honest with you. If that's how many guns you've got, to have IPAP as well as Murray, Cleary, Hines, you probably have guys that aren't even going to play or going to get 10 minutes and not make any cash. So I think you just need a little bit more balance. Stuart with Luciano Lucio down, what's the makeup of that Cowboys pack? Is Hess an option or a dud? I just think he's too expensive, to be honest with you. And I don't know how many minutes he's going to play. Yeah, I think you can do better. To be honest with you, there's so many guys around that 400K mark. When you look at Katolas and stuff like that. Rugby League Guru. Is this the real? Is this the real Nathan Durkin or is this the fake one? People just changing their names. I hope not. If you're the real Nathan, reach out. I doubt it. When's People's Team coming out? The People's Team will come out the same time as my video, which will be fun. So Scoop's going to be in charge of that one, and all of you guys in the Discord. Okay, we're going to be making decisions on that People's Team. So once Team List comes out on Tuesday, Scoop will come out with all our options. We'll have like a section for must-haves, the guys we want. Yeah, there's going to be the obvious guys. And then we'll have a section for the value guys, the section for the guns, and we'll go from there. But I'm very excited about the People's Team. We fell from grace last year. We were doing so well and had a bit of a down second half of the year, made a few average decisions. So, and a few close ones that could have really worked out well. Unfortunately, didn't happen. So that's that. Dewey or Burton? I've got Dewey ahead, but obviously more expensive. Thoughts on Jackson Ford? I'm liking Ford. Been a very strange come out of nowhere kind of thing. Curran's on the bench, so there's a worry that he could come in and start, right? Depends where Niokore could move to or where he's going to play, for example. There's a few different question marks there for sure. But I think 40, if he gets 50 minutes, it's probably enough to get 30-odd points and make you 10 points of value. And he has dual position as well. So lots of questions there. You look at his scoring in the middle. He did really, really well. Base stats were awesome. He now moves to the edge. Those base stats will drop just a tad unless he gets bigger minutes. But really, he's someone that I think you need to pop on your side if he's named there in round one. Sam asked for the Discord link. Can someone pop that in there for him? That would be hectic. Thank you. Appreciate the help there, guys. If you're new here, guys, hit subscribe. Get around it. We post daily videos, and it's an awesome community. Get in that Discord as well. Okay. Thoughts on Jackson Ford? Totola worth getting. I still think Totola is going to be good, guys. When they have closer games, which they're going to have at the start of the year, he's going to be doing a bulk of and a big amount of base stat work. So plenty of runs, plenty of tackles. He's going to do a great job for you, and I think he has a little bit of value. I won't push you away from him. When it comes to hooker, should we look at spending big or look at incorporating mids instead? Currently have Smith with Boyd on the bench. I'm completely fine with that strategy, Ryder. At the moment, I have just taken out Grant from my team. He's someone that's in and out depending on what combination I'm looking for at the moment. So that combination is going to be fine. Thoughts on Makatoa and Kepi? I would go Makatoa over Kepi. It looks like, especially now with Sean Lane out for probably that same amount of time that Madison's out, you can pretty much guarantee that Makatoa is going to have a pretty nice start to the season at just over 300k. Kepi, I don't rate, to be honest with you, as a great option in your side. I'd be steering clear of Kep, unfortunately. How many base right players do we have? I think 8's too many, Hayden. Six would be okay. Max? No more than that, to be honest with you. Schuster ruled out season opener. Is that correct, Big Sloth? If so, who are we going to have? Madden? Will it be Madden or KOX? Interesting. I'll find out more over the next few days anyway. We've got plenty of time to wait for that. Okay. Should I get Warbrick or CNK? I'm going Warbrick first. I'd like to incorporate CNK. At the moment, he's in and out of my team as well. So I like him. But Warriors, do I get Tamari Martin over him? A little bit cheaper? Question marks. All right. Georgie, Haas, Carrigan, and Murray, or two of them and Cheese in mid. Both are good, to be honest with you. I really like having all three of those, but you are giving up elsewhere. You're probably giving up a hooker with Grant. You're probably giving up a gun half. You're definitely going light, center, and wing fullback. Questions you need to answer yourself. Out of Jackson Hastings, Matt Burton, Mitch Moses, and Dewey, who do you like the most? Dewey the most, but he's the most expensive, along with Moses. And then Burton over Hastings, but Hastings is cheaper. So they're all kind of okay options for sure. And Hastings, who may be overacting as well. He's currently, in and out of my side as well. So he's someone that I'm definitely thinking of. He's not at a crazy price where, you can get a 65 in one game and get a 40 in the other and still make money. So keep an eye on him as well. I still think he's a great option there as well. And guys, let all your friends know about this channel as well. If you appreciate being here, thank you very much for sticking through this so far. We've got 150 people here, and it's not even the team list out yet. So this is amazing. So thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you guys. Okay, I have Murray captain, but end up freeing up some cash to go from Dewey and Clark to Cleary and Hosking/Garner. Other halves are Burton and Boyd. Okay, so you're obviously captaining Cleary there, which is fine. Jordan, well done. Thoughts on fading all Panthers due to round 3 bye and going for the 2 Storm edges over a Garner. Matt, do you think that's completely fine if you would like to do that? Really, you could pick, unless it's Hosking. We knew that though. Hosking will score better than Garner. But Garner, what he's shown at the Tigers over the years is that he naturally is going to have about that 10 points of value. He played pretty poor the other night. The main issue is his spot safe. If he plays, he will get a game of 30, he'll hit, and then he'll have a game of 60 with a try. So he'll probably average that 40 odd, like we spoke about anyway. So I wouldn't be too stressed. But I'm quite okay if you want to. If it is Garner and you want to watch that first few weeks, maybe Hoskin comes in, go for the Storm guys. I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, Scoop's got plenty of option there. You got Katoa, Lioro, Garner, Wilton, Egan Butcher, Ford, Hopgood, Dory. There's so many options there, along with some of the other cheaper guys as well. Teddy, Warbrick, CNK, and Miller. Teddy, Warbrick / CNK. Yeah, that's a good option, man. Scoop just goes collect them all. For sure. Reach out, Jamie, from the National Rugby League. Nice. You can reach out to me, NRL. I'd appreciate that. Did anyone see TK get on the fantasy videos? That was pretty cool as well. I saw that video came out today. You can search that up and NRL. They did a cute little starter video. I think there's going to be a bunch coming out in a little series, so that'd be cool. Okay, Love To'o on the edge. Yeah, I'm interested in him for sure, to be honest with you. Who else we got? Andrew, how do I join the private group? There's the link in the description, guys. If you want to join that private group, just go straight into the description right now, just under the comments there, and you'll see the link to that if you want to join that. A few people are asking in the chat, so thank you. Yes, a few people are stressed about Garner at the moment. I have a slight stress on him as well, but if you just look at his stats, guys, he's going to be in a good Panthers side. They're in the wet the other night. If it's dry weather footy, he's going to be scoring tries. He'll be fine. I'm not too worried. If he starts round one, I'm still collecting him for sure. Is Rapana sneaky pod from Dent? If he doesn't get suspended, he's okay. I just don't rate him too much, to be honest with you. Nichols, I didn't mind him the other day. Matt T joined up. Thank you very much, Matty T. Appreciate that. I'll contact you guys in a second when the video's done. I'm enjoying hanging out, that's for sure. All right, what else we got in there? Most important question here: how long are you growing the mow? I actually just shaved everything today, Heath, and it doesn't look horrendous. It's not great. It doesn't look horrendous, so it doesn't grow much further. I'm not much of a facial hair grower. Like I know some of the, I actually played cricket on the weekend. 16-year-old fella in there has bloody chest hair out to here, so I definitely can't do that, that's for sure. Thoughts on Teague Wilton, Tyler? I love him. I think he's going to do well this year. He'll have games where he scores tries and has lower defensive stats, and he'll have games where he has good defensive stats, like you saw in that first trial. So, yeah, definitely good option there. All right, what else we got in here? Thank you again, all for being in here. I appreciate it. Haas or Grant? I think Haas has more value. Grant will be a premium. I think the tied best with Damien Cook in that hooker position, where I think Haas will be number 1 or number 2 for sure. Thunu, keeping my eye on Sam Walker. Sorry, he's the other guy. Did I mention him? Yeah, I mentioned him in that earlier bit. Sammy Walker, definitely a good option, I think, at this point of the season for sure. I think especially if Kiri's, we're not sure how he's going to go at the start of the season. He's got a bit of a knock. If he gets hit, there's a slight interest issue with that. But yeah, sorry, it's hard to talk sometimes with all these. I should maybe turn off these comments on my phone. They keep coming up and distracting me. All your lovely names you got there. Thoughts on Avarillo from Xavier. Defense was okay in the weekend, but you look at his scoring output, it's just poor at centre. So unless he's going to get the fullback spot, potentially he takes it off Perham. I suppose he's another bloke we should talk about, guys. He obviously won't score a 6 very often, but really there is a slight worry on his ability to make a lot of cash. He is 50K more expensive than some of those other guys like Talau, like Warbrick, these types of guys there. So that's the only worry. I think he'll still be okay, but Dogs need to come up against some slightly lesser opposition, and he needs to clean up his act. Very similar to that of Sloan. Thankfully for Sloan, if you have multiple guys on your bench, you can use him as a loop guy in round 1. Hopefully he gets his spot, and he could potentially be an on and off type of scorer there for sure. So yeah, there's a few question marks at the wing fullback position for sure, to be honest with you. Note on Burton is that he had shoulder surgery during the off-season, so he might start slow as well. Yeah, I'm worried about just his running game. That's my biggest fear, to be honest with you, with Burton at this stage, and that he started slow last year. He just didn't really look like he wanted to get involved, get his hands on the ball a lot. He just kind of hangs on that left-hand side. You see guys like Hastings going side to side, getting their hands on the ball a lot, running the ball more, tackling. He tackles more, for example. Burton can obviously put points on in a hurry, something Hastings is a bit more base stat related, but yeah, that's that. Amount of people in is growing. 165, hectic. Just for those that haven't been in it yet, we've got big prizes in the private group, $1,000 for the first, who comes first. There's 25 people in there at the moment. So getting that, I would really appreciate that for all the, all the years here that you guys have been supporting me. I absolutely love it. Thank you very much. So I like Turbo for round one. I think he's going to be sweet. The main issue with him, he's had 1 year where he scored super well. All the other years he starts, and before he gets injured, he averages about that 40 mark. So he really doesn't have a lot of value on that. We need to see him playing continuous good footy, a lot of games, and then if Manly doing well, he will be amazing. So that's that. A few people asking me about Joe Chan. If he gets a bench spot, then maybe we think about him. But at this stage, he's probably behind the other guys. So I think he's probably an injury away. Someone just asked about Kelma Tuolangi. If we're looking at him, I do really like him. I liked him last year. Just had a few head knocks, a few random ones where he got benched and stuff like that. So with him, the round two buy is a little bit annoying. The round one is, I think, just a wait and see for him. He's a bit more expensive than some other guys, so I think you can wait off on him and look at him in round 3 or 4. One of the guys, Tyler, just asked the best cheapies. Guys, I can really appreciate it. The last 4 videos have been absolutely banging. If I don't say so myself, we had the big 47-minute one the other day, just going through all of the relevant news from the trials. The biggest thing about that video, guys, was that I dived into each player that I think is super relevant. I did a little notes on them, how they played and how I think they'll go from round one, and if they're a good pick in your side. So if you can check out that video, I would really appreciate that. There was a lot of effort going into that, watching all 9 games across the weekend and writing my notes. So thanks to all of you guys that have checked that out already. That one there. And then we've got the must-have guns. We've got the must-have value picks and the must-have cash cows, guys. So there's all 4 of those videos that I think are really important to listen to. So thank you to the guys that are watching now and the guys that will watch this video over the next few days. So thank you very much there. Okay. Seems as if Garner will get the spot over Hostings. Will he be in your team? I think so. Yeah, there's obviously all the obvious other guys that you would pick, Hopgood, etc. But you do need to collect a few different guys across your team. You're going to have to try and get some guns. So the way you do that is get some value guys and some cheap guys. So you potentially have to get multiple of these value guys, especially the edges, for sure. Cameron says, show us the guns. They're there. Not as sharp as they used to be, but I was saying that last year. You guys saw that. But the singlets will always be here. It's very hot here in Sydney at the moment. So super hot all day. And then we had 1,000 crazy rain just this afternoon as well. All right, what else we got here? A few more to do. Franklin Pele, that probably really helps his opportunity to get a spot. So, him, David Mwale, I think you pick one of those guys is going to be helpful as picking one of those guys. Thanks, Aisha, for the great guns. Love. Good to see the gals in here. What else do we got here? Schuster been ruled out. Tarpany or Carrigan for head-to-head? Probably Carrigan for head-to-head. Tarpany maybe, probably both the same. Overall, you'd have to trade. Tarpany probably hold all year. Carrigan, maybe move on in the middle part of the season, for sure. Okay. Should get heaps of cheapies now to save trades down the track? For sure, but if you get bad cheapies, it's very hard to get them out of your side there, unfortunately, with that one there. Loving the Mojus quality for the fake for the rugby league guru. Thank you. Is Murray being concussion prone a concern? That's the only concern, I think, for Murray, and that may be the fact that he had a career year, but I think he has maybe even gotten better. So that's that. What's the consensus on Hastings now? I think Hastings is still a decent pick. Slight worry, but most players have a worry. We're worried about Burton. We're worried about Murray with concussion risk. Every player pretty much has a risk. Cleary could come out and get a head knock straight up. Haas could come out and have an issue in his shoulder. There's so many different things that could happen. It's footy, right? There's going to be injuries. So all of these guys have some type of risk. Hastings is probably his team. But other than that, not a big stress. Thanks, Ethan, who's in the private group. Thank you very much for the love there. And thanks to everyone for being here for so long. We're going to go, I reckon, 6 more minutes. Should be able to get a bunch more questions. We've answered the majority of them, I think. Silly. CNK, Miller, and Perham too cheap, or just the right? They were the guys I had in my last reveal, and I think they're still fine to have in the team there. What's the current news on Elliott? He's obviously just coming back from an injury, so I'm not sure if he's going to be playing huge minutes, and that's the big question mark. So then we can watch him for a couple of weeks. If one of your mid-range just doesn't go so well, you can chuck Elliott in. Thoughts on Canberra, Sticky, Ricky with Danny Levi? He's just not going to get the minutes, I don't think. Harley Smith-Shields, he'll be solid as well. Can we get Alfie to stop spamming? Thank you. Someone get into him. How many guns to start with for Razia? We have, I would say, probably 6 would be a good idea if you can do that for the entirety of the year. TC, cheers to you. And LO for New Bin. I think Alfie wants to know something. Yeah, I think he does too. Start with Teddy. I would not push you away from Teddy, that's for sure. I don't know if you spoke around for Compelli. I think this is solid buy. Yeah, potentially with TPJ out. Who has more value, Haas or Grant? We said that one. Haas, awesome work. Thank you, Super Gun. My team is full of 21 empty positions. That is fun. That is the most fun, is just to literally go from the top. I've reset mine a few times this season so far. I definitely think Kelmatua Lungi locks up that edge spot. Joshy? Troll Mitt, I think he's a solid option. He's very expensive, though. I would probably go for Joey Manu over Latrell, for being honest. You got the dual position. Very much helps, for sure. May have missed any comments on Host. Looking for a bench under 340. Have forward. Nah. Not sure, to be honest with you. With Host, we don't know how many minutes he's going to play. He was on and off, averaging 30. Yeah, average. Pick your poison. Cook and Grant are 2 best hookers. Can't go wrong with either. Grant just gives you more money to play with. Correct. Exactly, Ethan. Thank you for that. What else we got in there? Any other questions? Still on Wilton. Yeah, definitely like Wilton for sure. Money might be an issue given he's 530 odd. Might have to go for a lighter one, but I want him. I want Egan Butcher as well, but we can't have everyone, can we? Got House and Carrigan and Smith as my starting hooker. Who should I put as my third mid? Maybe one of the cheaper guys. You got guys like Jackson Ford. You got Hopgood. You can slide into there. You can go edge guys. There's heaps of edge guys. So you could once Hopgood gets dual position, you can pop him up. That'd be fine. Tyler watched all 47-minute video. It was good. Thank you very much. And yeah, Big Sloth. Watch the damn videos. Thanks, Big Sloth. Appreciate it. I very much love all your support, you legends. All right, what do we got? A few minutes to go. This will be perfect. Thanks for tuning in, guys. 160 of you at this time of the season is hectic. I can't wait for the season to start, really. It's going to be hectic. Luke Brooks is a must-have for the People's team. Wow. Well, if you vote for him, I like mud, then maybe a few others will also. I definitely think he'll do okay, but how well? Good question. Are we taking Drinky? I think he's going to be a solid option, but yeah. Storm second rows and Paris second rows are buys, you reckon? Dury, yes. Murchie, Sahana, are you going to make head-to-head leagues for the Discord? Potentially, if we'd like that. Just ask if you can message Scoop or message Pierce or something like that, then I think that'll be a good idea, guys. If you'd like to do some head-to-head groups within the Discord, if you want to make your own, then yeah, hit up one of the boys there. I think they'll be able to set something up for you, for sure. Hope Drinkwater can increase his attacking stats. I think he could at the start of the season, to be honest with you there. I was playing around with lineups, had Cleary, Hines, Murray, Haas, Carrigan. Now I will break my heart removing any of them. I know, that's the biggest thing about changing lots of different things across this time and playing around with different lineups is just that happens there, and you wish you had all of them in your side. All right. Last few. Alfie, I will answer your question. Is starting fantasy without Hines and Cleary smart choice? I think it is fine. I will be starting with one of them. Maybe 2. There you go. We said Harley Smith-Shields. Jamie, do you want to save cash in the bank or max out the 10 mil? I think anywhere 50K, I wouldn't have anything more than that. I think Scoop said that. Yeah, 50K to fix holes. Yeah, even 10K or something, 20K could be good for a guy that's 250 that goes up 15K or 20. 50 is nice, though. I agree with that. So 22 Supercoach winners rating Val's a must-have. Thoughts? Yeah, potentially a must-have in Supercoach. I don't think he's a must. I've got him in my Supercoach team. I don't think he's a must-have in Fantasy. But that's that. Aaron Clark is going to be solid. Not sure if I'm taking him round 1. He was on the bench there. We need him to be named at 13 in round 1. So that's that question there. And then he could be a potential option. Yeah, we'll get the mid if he is named there for round 1. And he'll have that dual, which would be nice for sure. All right. Sorry I'm late, Jamie. Serious lack of centre options for Benny George. Yeah, there definitely is, but I think there's enough. Smith-Shields, you've got Alamotti, you've got Isaac Thompson, you have Tommy Talau. There's a few guys there cheap. And then, yeah, the odd mid-ranger, Tass, Penasini, Val Holmes as the upper guys. And then Joey Manu, which I'll probably avoid. How much money you spend on wing fullback? If you wanted to go a gun and 2 cheapies, Ethan, that's fine. I think that would be cool. Liero is obviously a good option. Thoughts on David Moale, Licky, what a name. We've got him as a solo one. If he gets to, if he gets to get 30 minutes, we just don't know. He actually played well on the weekend, which was lovely. What do you consider a firm team? What kind of depth should we be looking for? If you've got 18 guys, at least 18 guys, you'd be happy to play. They could get you 30 plus. Awesome. 19 would be even better. 2 guys that, maybe you've got a Sloan or a Ben Murdoch-Pasilla if he gets the spot. We don't know. If you got one of those guys on your bench and you could loop them, which would be fine. Looks like To'o will get that left edge, big sloth. If you've got someone like that at 21 and maybe a guy that's going to be hit and miss guy, a Smith Shields, I think Dury would be someone you'd have at 18th man, 17th man, that kind of stuff is the way I'd be playing it. But probably your wing fullbacks that are going to be hit or miss are going to be your, and centers are going to be your number 21 guys. Any value in Dolphins mids? Yeah, potentially Jay Bromwich, no, definitely not. Jack Allen, cheers, mate. Appreciate you being in the private group as well. Any value in those guys? Nichols, potentially. Wallace, maybe. I don't see much in Gilbert. Stone, potentially, but yeah, not ideal. Murray or Teddy, yeah, definitely go Murray. Thoughts on Warbrick? I love Warbrick. He's probably going to start in my side. Hopefully he can sneak a try or two. Cheers to NRL Fantasy lads for a great video. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I think that will do us for this one. I just can't wait for team list, guys. So exciting. Ethan Jones, the team reveal will be on Thursday. I am not revealing again until I get my final team. So very exciting. Thursday morning, you'll get the whole day to check it out. And hopefully we'll make that video either Thursday morning or Wednesday night. And then we can get that out to you guys. And you will be able to see that. Try not to copy it, guys. Obviously, if you've, it might be similar because you're listening to me and my content. So thank you for that. But don't copy it, guys. It's less fun that way. Really, we are here to try and do well. There's no guarantee that I go amazingly well. I think I'm definitely due for a big year. And I've definitely spent a lot more time on my team this year than I have on a lot of the last few years anyway, making content. I used to focus a lot more on you guys, which now I'm focusing more on myself and you guys at the same time. I think I've just put a lot more time into it. Last year I didn't make my team until really late. But yeah, I think we should be able to do pretty well with that one. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I want to copy you, Daddy. Thanks, Shane. I think we'll leave it at that, guys. That was hectic. Stuart, we'll ask you the last one. If you can have any one of Elise Katoa or Liero, who would you pick who has better stats? I will be picking Katoa. I think he has more upside. Ran a good line on the weekend. He is someone that scored a lot of tries for the Warriors. I think but he's more expensive. So I think it'd be fine. Thanks, Shane. For you to go a little bit lighter. I like both as well. I think Katoa first, and we'll go from there. Thanks, Licky. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for a hectic video, and I can't wait for round 1. Team list, yes. I'll see you there.